Good evening, students. Hope all of you are well at home. This is my 6th video. We will discuss in this dihybrid cross done by Mendel. I hope that you have all studied monohybrid cross and worked out the question that I have given for homework. In a dihybrid cross, the process is same as monohybrid, but the difference is Mendel took two characters in each individual. For example, he took round sheet and wrinkle sheet, whereas yellow sheet and green sheets. That means one is the shape of the sheet, the other is the color of the sheet. Now let us focus on the process of dihybrid cross. It is the cross between two individuals or two sets of individuals, each having pure homozygous breed of two characters containing two pairs of contrasting alleles separately in two parents is called dihybrid cross. Please focus on to this definition of dihybrid cross. A cross between two individuals or two sets of individuals, each having pure homozygous breed of two characters containing two pairs of contrasting traits separately in two parents or two sets of parents is called dihybrid cross. Now, to explain this dihybrid cross, we have to work out with taking one example. As I have told you earlier, let us take two characters. Number one character is shape of the sheet. Number two character, let us take color of the sheet. Number one character, shape of the sheet. The dominant allele is round, smooth. And when it is round, so the letter will be used as capital R. And the recessive allele is wrinkled sheet, but the letter will be used as smaller. Again, character number 2, color of the sheets. The dominant feature in this is yellow color. So since it is yellow color is dominant, so we will take capital Y as the letter. And recessive allele, that is green color sheets, the letter will be used as small y, not small g. So what will be the parents for a cross? Always remember one thing. Whenever you go for a cross or work out a cross, start with the genotype of parents. And second thing you must remember in the beginning of a cross is that both the parents are homozygous in nature. One of them dominant homozygous, the other is recessive homozygous. Now let us focus on to the cross and the workout of this. Look at that. Let character 1, shape of the seed, dominant allele, round shape. Therefore, used capital R. And recessive allele, wrinkled. That is, therefore, used smaller. Again, character number 2, color of the sheet. Dominant allele is yellow color, hence used capital Y. And recessive allele, green color, but used small y. Therefore, now the parents of the cross will have the genotype as follows. Parent set 1. Always remember the parent should be fixed. Parent set 1 capital R, capital R, capital Y, capital Y. That means dominant homozygous. Let us consider this as father. And small r, small r, small y, small y. This is recessive parent. Let us consider it as mother crossed with this. When the cross is performed, the first set of gametes will be one from R, one from Y, only one type of gamete possible, and from this recessive parent, one type of gamete possible. And F1 generation will produce completely hybrid ones, where the genotype is capital R, capital Y, small y. All the individuals produced in this is this genotype. All shades are round and yellow. That means phenotype of F1 is all the individuals have round shade of yellow color. Remember, in case of F1, ratio does not form because all the individuals or progeny shows one appearance and having heterozygous condition. Focus on to this. Genotype of F1, all are heterozygous or hybrid, and this is the genotype, capital R, capital Y, small y. Now, selfing the F1 individuals, what will be the parents? Parents remember will always be taken from F1 individuals. So we can call it selfing. So when F1 individuals are taken, male and female parent both will be having same genotype of hybrid in nature. Let us focus on to this. Parent set 2. Capital R, capital Y, small y. Let it consider as male. Crossed with capital R, capital Y, small y. Considered as female. When it is crossed, gametes, there are 4 possibilities of gametes possible. R with Y, R with small y, small r with capital Y, and small r with small y. Similarly, same thing repeated it like this. RY, RY, RY and RY. Now, for F2, we have to use Punnett square, where rows and lines should be indicated according to the number of gametes. Male gametes this side, female gametes this side. Male gametes RY, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Similarly, capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, and small r, small y. Now it is exactly like the multiplication table, which is forming the individuals over here. This with this, RRYY, this with this with this. In this way, all these squares are formed. Carefully watch this, how it is formed. Okay, you can also do that. Now each one I have written the appearance of the individual. Look at that. It will be round yellow, round yellow, round yellow, round yellow, round yellow, round green, round yellow, round green, round yellow, round yellow, wrinkled yellow, wrinkled yellow, round yellow, round green, wrinkled yellow, and wrinkled green. Therefore, the phenotype, F1 phenotype, becomes 4 types. Number 1, if you count from the table the phenotypes, you will see round and yellow sheets are 9 of them. Number 2, round and green sheets are 3 of them. Number 3, wrinkled and yellow sheets are 3 of them. And number 4, wrinkled and green sheets only 1. So the phenotypic ratio stands at 9:3:3:1. That is the phenotypic ratio of dihybrid cross. Phenotype is different and phenotypic ratio is different. Look at this. This is phenotype. Round and yellow, round and green, wrinkled and yellow, wrinkled and green. So phenotypic ratio is 9:3:1. Genotypic ratio, very complex, is not required in ICSE syllabus. Now I tell you only one thing. On this study of dihybrid cross, Mendel understood the second thing. He understood that the characters having separate pairs of factors or genes, they do not depend upon each other for mingling during the formation of gametes. So by studying this dihybrid cross, he made the last law of his, that is law of independent assortment. The law states the distribution of the alleles of one character, two alleles of one character, into the gametes is totally independent of the distribution of the alleles of the other character. It may be of dihybrid, trihybrid, tetrahybrid or anything. So this one you note down, the definition of independent assortment. The definition of law of independent assortment. The law states the distribution of the alleles of one character into the gametes is independent of the distribution of the alleles of the other character. Okay, now for your work, the same way I give you a question for homework is this. Please note down this one, and that will end this video today. Next day I will continue with some more sex-linked inheritance probably or mutation. Just note down your homework. For practice, Mendel crossed two sets of pure breed parents. One set of parents, male, having axial flowers, dominant, and the green colored pods, dominant, crossed with the other set, female, having terminal flowers, recessive, and yellow colored pods, recessive character. Work out the cross by mentioning the parents and find out F1 and F2 generation, the phenotype and genotype of F1 and only genotype of F2 showing the ratio. Thank you very much. We'll meet again in another video. Good night.